Oh, the controls of the craft as in the ship, as in the rudder. No, it doesn't leave. Doesn't leave until I close down OBS. He's a slave. Well, that one's already come out, so that one's going to stay. I just need space. 1,000 card readings. No. Well, actually, maybe. Oh. All right, wait, let me focus. And let me call up your messages on this side. Again, this won't be specific to that. It'll just, but it's just sometimes easier. I don't know, cards I can see. It's just easier to these you kind of know what you're seeing. Okay. Currently, you're transitioning. You're going from negativity to positivity. So there is no love life at the moment. There's actually not many love cards at all. No, that would represent you, King of Clubs. Good omen. Business leader. Man in charge. Well, person in charge. Okay, this is not a love reading. I didn't think so. This is not a love reading. So there's no point in really looking at it. I think this is more of a personal thing. Yeah, I think I just thought this is not about love. We could restart if you want, but I think this is more about just about you. I think in the past you made a decision to give up security, comfort. Well, maybe not comfort, but like the security you may be hanging on to. You decided to trust your intuition and kind of let go of that security a little bit. So I must look at the chat. All right. So currently we've got a lot of mental struggles, a lot of basically internal fears and internal doubts and internal self-doubt. But it's transitioning into positivity. So the Six of Spades, King of Wands. Yeah, loosely. I mean, that would be the card, but the definitions will be different. My definitions will be a little bit different. All right. So at the moment, you're actually moving forward out of the negative past into the positive past. Moving from a difficult past into a more peaceful future, which is actually here. I actually want to go look at some other notes here as well, because there's a lot of threes going on here. Threes are usually the growth of a situation. It's just a kind of an odd arrangement. So it feels like there's something digital orientated in the near future. Communications. I'm thinking about digital. Yeah, she is actually. She is. So, like, recent past is literally making the decision to be like the Four, to be more flexible, trust intuition, And then like that caused a lot of doubt. Like currently, it's like, oh my god, I'm now having to face all my demons. It's like, and so all the mental doubts have kind of been creeping in. It's just feeling like, oh, okay, but oh wait, maths. King of Diamond is got maths skills, computer science. So that could. Yeah. Did you decide that like in the recent past? Yeah, that's why I say this is not about love. This tends to be more about goals and. But currently, again, you're going through a bit of turmoil in relation to taking charge, taking ownership, taking charge. But the six of spades is the transition out of that. Okay, well then that's about as close as it gets. Is the maths card, but I think it kind of ties. Yeah, more. Yeah, okay. Now I'm remember because I haven't done this for a while actually, because it takes a long time. That's why I've also put time limits and things on it, and it can only be like literally redeemed every now and again, every 7 days or something. Because otherwise this just takes too long, and then people get pissed off and they leave. I mean, I would do this in private, like as a private reading. Right, so then it makes sense because you've got more of this coming and less indecision. So less. So are you planning on doing something with the computer science and the technology? So are you planning going into computer science? Because that would explain, maybe not computer science specifically, but the Ace of Diamonds is communications. So I would computers, electronics. It can be many. It can be. Three of Hearts is either growing passion. Yeah. It just feels like you're going to apply this. I don't know. I often see the Eight of Diamonds as social, a social media type of thing. Like, I want to communicate about stuff with people. Yeah, all right. That makes sense. Are you back? That was a quick advert. I'm going to earn nothing out of that one. I'm going to call out of that one. Okay, but then that makes sense. Like you said, I want to communicate about stuff at people, educate, build a community. Okay, now all of that begins to make sense. That's the growing community. That's the decision maker. You are in the decision. That's why I kind of like to pull the first card out first, because it kind of sets the trend, the trend for everything. So I'll give you kind of a brief rundown on the middle card, which will explain like how it relates to all the other. In every direction you read it is almost all direction Yeah. Okay. So that's computers. That's the maths. That's which I think the two will tie in. But the king of clubs is a good omen. It's taking leadership, management potential, career, master of higher knowledge. So that's in alignment. That's the recent past, present, and the future. Okay. So your desire is for success. What your desire was to succeed in that field. Well, obviously, I mean, nobody desires to fail in that field, but it's reflected there with the Three of Diamonds. The Three of Diamonds is the success in business, in the business career. So that's your desire. That's a reality, which I think results more in a community, which is all tying in. And this is subconscious, which is moving towards the communications. I always read it this way: that diagonal is, you have less of that. So I would see it as having less indecision going forward and much more communications, much going towards that goal. Again, it's actually very interesting. Like the four represent the foundations to it again, which all points to The maths of the computer, the trusting intuition, the success, and the communications. I used to be very business focused, but I'm driven by but that's where this has gone. The reality is that the 3 is the growing community. It's also a growing emotional bond, but this is not about people. It's about people, but it's not about a personal family or relationship. This is about a small community. It's not to say it will stay small, but that's the reality, and that's the subconscious is gearing up for that business. And there's more of this, so there's more of the communications. Those are the 4 corners. Those kind of represent the kind of foundations actually of the thing. So the maths, the intuition, the communications, and the success. The inner 4 represent the unknown. So being the fool, being like the fool, having the trust, moving on from the past, finding the community, and then having doubts. So don't do that. Don't have doubts about it. I don't know. It's overall, it's very, very positive, but it definitely, this is kind of strange. This doesn't feel like it's got nothing to do with love except love of community. The security within the community as well. That's interesting. Yeah, so it loops around back. I always start there. I always go clockwise. And then if I want to, I always go clockwise. So so to confirm that those doubts is trust your intuition. It's about love, but it's not about romance. Even if it's a dating website, it's still about the business. Yeah. Yes, no, I agree, and that's why sometimes the hearts or something, it's kind of difficult to also to interpret, because they have a duality about it. There can be romance, or there can be like this could be a threesome. If you were, is my husband cheating on me? It's like, and then you go like three of spades, 3 of hearts. Yeah. But on the other side is that it's a small community, but by small it means that it's also close knit. It's like it's a close knit community, as opposed to just like a massive community on Twitch and like you don't know anybody. There's just numbers. So numbers. So there's that. So how you overcome the doubt is to, it's called knighting. So is you trust your intuition. No, that goes with, but right now this is taking priority, which is why it didn't come out as a love reading. It came out as a love for the business. Maybe she'll set up a dating site. She'll find us all partners. Finding love through success, computers, and maths. Well, that card that I actually added in recently. It's a maths thing, which basically would apply to computers. Let me just call up my notes. I added it actually quite interesting a few months ago. Mathematical gifts, which I don't have. It's like people think it's like weird, like but I'm not. The numbers are simple. It's 1 to 10. We've got court cards. They mean specifics. Like this is thoughts. It's like kind of there's no reinventing the wheel here. I will break the dating algorithm. Well, that's also fame and fortune. So there's a possibility for that. Whatever you're going to do is going to bring you the recognition. And almost anything that's really to do with computers and internet requires some amount of fame. To succeed, you kind of have to become known. But it's also pleasant surprises, good luck. So it all ends. This direction is all good. It also talks about plans, budgets, and a new profession, new skills. Anything else you'd like to ask? I always joke. I said, send in the knee breakers. I know people. I don't actually really know anybody who would. I don't know anybody who would know a knee breaker. That's just funny. I just like it. Yeah, it's a confirmation because I felt like this is obviously the universe thought, no, this is what you need. And I thought, there's the king of business happening here. So like, I'm going to have to leave him there. I didn't. Okay, this is my definition of the king of clubs. Good omen, leadership or management potential, business or career concerns, which is like that's representing you right now. Power to progress, accomplishing goals, sound practical advice, financial advice, and then it goes into the description if it was a man, person as a person. Master of higher knowledge. So I think I think you might be coming. No, you cannot. You might become famous. I mean, famous within, we're not talking about Hollywood kind of fame because it's kind of a cooked thing. It's cooked it's baked into the cake. It's not really. But I think to achieve this, you're going to, whether you want to or not, or whether you plan it or not, maybe you are planning it. Remember, this is the subconscious. It's going to lead to you being known. It's like you can't do this. This is why I thought about I thought of this. But the thing is, this kind of doesn't. I mean, I'm not very pretty, but it's like this doesn't have much. People relate to people, even if they're bald and old. So I decided, well, I'd have to brush my hair every day. Yeah, where did he go? Yeah, very cute. Let's pull out two. Let's do what I had intentioned for the cards. Okay, let's do what is the challenge? Oh, motion. If that's the challenge, you need to get going. Oh my God. You see, that's why I wanted these. All right, then what will help you? Aries. Aries and Mars. I mean, what can I say? I'm sorry, Aries. I'm even going red in the head again. Right. What would help? Collaboration. This is actually, I'm going to look at that one because I don't remember the whole. Oh, this is like the place. I was supposed to be done with the reading, so we can leave it on top. All right, so Mars is pretty clear. It's putting things into motion, literally. I'll see if anything else pops out. I'm not going to read the whole damn thing again. Urges you to take action. Any action. Any action, but this can get you into trouble. Jump into motion, but stay in the driver's seat. Yeah, keep control. Now remember some of the keywords. So it's like just the challenge is just passion alone, or just raw doing. Thank you. It actually is. It's kind of why I do this stuff because it's kind of fun. So the challenge is not to just throw energy at it, but it's just to remain in the driver's seat. Because otherwise, Mars out of control. It's like, whee, fire. You just burn everything. And then it's like, oh, oops. It's like, did I do that? So and that goes with the collaboration. So Mars wants you to develop your strength and bravery, not your craziness and like directionless. Boldly go where you have not gone before and passionately dive into life. Mars loans you the competitive edge to obtain fiercely desired goals and teaches you that for your yes, it truly means yes. But as a challenge, it could be being domineering, misusing of sexuality, anger, belligerence and a warlike mentality. That's why I was saying Mars is wonderful because it gets done. But if there's no one at the helm, it's like, whee! It's like, oh, whoops! Did we just destroy 3 nations, 5 oceans, and oh, sorry. Yeah, break the momentum if your situation heads downhill. Stop for a moment and think through your next move. So it's cautioning against I need to read that. Impulsivity. Collaboration is finding, is basically not trying to go it alone and finding people who can do things that you need done. Cultivate allies. Find others called by the same causes and work together. Find people that share similar goals, similar aspirations, similar morals, similar approaches to life. And the Aquarian gift encourages you to let go of previous constructs and listen to the source within. So listen to your own, collaborate, but don't become consumed by the collaboration. Retain your... Stop, Chris. Stop. Don't be impulsive. Well, that's the challenge. The challenge is actually to stop procrastinating, but not to the extreme. So it's to keep, and that's the balance. Live by your philosophy. Aquarian tradition. My eyes are starting to go. Aquarius traditional ruler Saturn asks us to know what society expects of us and to care about our reputation. However, Aquarius co-worker Uranus encourages us to free ourselves from tradition and other people's opinions and able to think outside the box. So collaborate, but don't just follow blindly. Take your own power and run with it. Well, but that's the danger of collaboration, can be that you get lost in the collaboration. So a collaboration is about two people putting into something new, not you kind of just disappearing into something new. So it's about give and take, but it's about you are still present. You don't merge into the project and stop being you. The collaborations, two individuals together to generate a third, the product of the union of the two. That's the collaboration. But you don't disappear. It doesn't go into collaboration and then it's still a threesome. It's still you the collaboratee, whatever you call it, and then the end product, not the other person and the end product, and you kind of just disappear off the. So that's the way I read it. And that's why you need to have your own fire. You need to have control. You need to have a controlled passion as well in this, because otherwise you'll disappear into the collaboration or into the collaboratorianness, whatever. Yeah, that's quite nice. Obviously, not boring too many people because they're sticking around. I don't know if the people in the queue are still around. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and this is why I got these. I need to just spend more time with them because they need to talk to me more than just reading from the book. I hate going to places and then half of the reading is just read out of a book. I said, no, I could just do that myself. Any questions about any of this before I put the cards away? Because I want to remember. And I have no replay. I have no instant replay of anything yet. We'd have to wait for the video on demand to be available. So before I dismantle. All right.